Take your head out of the sand. It's time.
Or put your head between your legs and kiss that ass goodbye.
You are now being programmed by
State of the Deep.
Producer. Hey. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Yo, do you still follow Tucker? Yo. Yeah, I mean, I still do. I haven't had a chance to listen to any of his more recent things. You know, been busy peddling drugs for corporate America. Big Pharma, remember? Anyway, this thing popped up on my thing today. So I was listening, and listen to this. Democratic Socialism. I love this guy. Hold on. Roll the clip.
You've heard the phrase a lot lately, democratic socialist. It's suddenly very common on the left. Bernie Sanders has called himself a democratic socialist. So has New York congressional candidate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's the woman the DNC chair, Tom Perez, recently said this about.
She represents the future of our party. Alexandria's victory was just a remarkable reminder of the depth that we have in the Democratic Party.
The depth that you have in the Democratic Party? The depth that you have in the Democratic Party. Is that right? Who was this guy? Producer. Who was that? Arrest that man. Lord, the depth that you have in the Democratic Party. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, so democratic socialism is the future, but what is democratic socialism? We thought it'd be worth pausing for a minute to find out. Democratic socialism is not, by the way, a wing of the Democratic Party, at least not yet. It's an entirely separate movement with its own national organization, the Democratic Socialists of America. 2 years ago, the DSA endorsed Bernie Sanders and opposed Donald Trump, but did not endorse Hillary Clinton. So at times, it has been antagonistic to the Democratic Party. What did Democratic Socialists believe? There's no formal platform, but the outlines are pretty clear. Democratic Socialists support socialism, state ownership of major industries. That would include healthcare, technology, manufacturing. Some of them explicitly support communism. The co-chair of Portland, Oregon's chapter of the DSA recently tweeted this, quote, "As a DSA chapter co-chair, I just want to set the record straight for a minute. Communism is good."
Is that right? Oh, it's good. It's good now. Oh, yes. I'm signing up. Sign me up. Producer, sign us up. You're becoming a communist as well. Come on. Come on. We're all communists now. In the dope show. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to pause it right there because, Lord. Yo, all right, go ahead, continue.
But democratic socialism is about more than economics. The DSA's official Twitter account demands reparations for African Americans in the form of free and open enrollment at public colleges, retroactive forgiveness of student loans, and a guaranteed lifetime minimum income. The DSA has also called for an end to all immigrant deportations everywhere in the United States. In New York, the DSA has demanded the abolition of profits, prisons, cash bail, and borders. Not all democratic socialists have the same views on everything, but that gives you some idea. Unlimited, uncontrolled immigration into the U.S., coupled with race-based reparations, the abolition of prisons, and by extension, law and order itself, and a massive expansion of the welfare state financed by an economic system that does not recognize profit. How would that work exactly? Has it ever worked in any country in the world? Those suddenly seem like relevant questions. At this pace, a democratic socialist could get the Democratic nomination at some point and be elected president. So we thought it was a perfect moment to speak to possibly the most famous of all advocates for democratic socialism, Cornel West. He's a professor at Harvard. He's an honorary co-chair of the Democratic Socialists of America. And he joins us tonight. Cornel, thank you for coming on.
That's neither.
No, thank you, and it's good to be in dialogue with you once again,
Yes, it is. So, to give us some sense of what democratic socialism is, can you point to an example, an extant example of it that works? Venezuela seems like an example of democratic socialism. Would you say that it is? And if so, does it work?
No, I don't think that democratic socialism as an ideal has been able to be embodied in a larger social context. There's different forms of it. Some are bad, some are medium, some are better. But the fundamental commitment is to the dignity of ordinary people and to make sure they can live lives of decency. So it's not an ism, no, brother. It's about decency. It's about fairness. It's about the accountability of the powerful vis-a-vis those who have less power. At the workplace, women dealing with the household, gays, lesbians, trans, black people, indigenous peoples, immigrants. How do we ensure that they are treated decently and that the powerful don't in any way manipulate, subjugate, and exploit them?
Well, I mean, if that's what democratic socialism is, then I'm basically on board. I do think that ordinary people, middle-class people, ought to have dignity, and I think that our current systems make it hard for them to have dignity. So I agree with all of that. But the details
and that's precisely why.
Cut this off.
Albert
Cut that
Einstein,
off. I'm tired of hearing
Helen
this guy.
Keller, Norman Thomas, Eugene Debs,
I'm
Martin
tired
Luther
of
King
hearing
Jr., Ella Baker. We can go on and
Producer,
on. All
I said,
democratic socialists.
shut
Michael
that
Harrington,
off.
one of the great founders of democratic socialism of America. I've been a member for 36 years.
I understand, but has it
I
struck
don't
you
like
as interesting
the sound of this
that it's never actually
voice.
worked anywhere?
Shut
So the
that
question is not what are our
off.
goals.
Shut
Our
that
goals are the
shit
same.
off.
How do we get there is the question. So
Producer.
what happened in Venezuela? They call that democratic socialism.
Subscribe.